can't take another L. Designer on me, this they new Chanel. Did they split? Did they drill? Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
They don't know my name, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
They say fall and you let go, but I know I gotta self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah, look at me, out the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yeah, the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs. In a town you create where there ain't no love.
Where do I go? When I'm alone? Not on the phone. When I'm on my own. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Huge us in the belly of the beach, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge gon' sink in? Life gives you lemons and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pour it on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze on each and every way. Put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Lemonade, lemonade.
Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Oh.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, when I hit that. Okay, yeah, when I hit that. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this, okay? Now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my fate, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah. Can I hit that? Okay, yeah, yeah. Can I hit that? Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did you let it go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm. She caught up a friend that kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Kick it and go, kick it and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, let's go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, let's go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go.
Running it back, never a cap, out of the drought, watching me ball, soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them all, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do, sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, maybe the shoes, maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew, you need a win, who need a win, that's all we do, I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them.
With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, let's go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first. First drive will begin at the 25. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Darnold. He'll air this one out from Mims. And some space here. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Blake Cashman.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Allen. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
That was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Darnold from the gun. On the catch, it's Crowder. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 41. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Carry there by Le'Veon Bell. And he's just trying to get back to the form he exhibited in Pittsburgh when he was one of the top backs in the NFL. In 2019, though, no games over 100 yards rushing and only 3 games with 20 or more carries. The more he touches it, the more effective he is.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1 yard. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Darnold on the
and he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kalen Balaj, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. A give to Bell. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Kalen Ballage with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. His way through for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
that's a smart man. You know what else he should do? Take them all to dinner.
2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Bills.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game. And he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Allen's pass.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Allen to throw once more. He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll give this to Bell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tremaine Edmonds.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Good for a Jet.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
There he goes left side.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss.
All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Kalen Ballage on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets will extend their lead.
The kick.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Allen being chased out left. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Throwing on first down is Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're seeing...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
To try again after the sack. Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
38-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
21-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
6-yard line. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Perriman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Big hold of the 30. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. The intended target was Corey Coleman, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again, Allen. He's going to try and go deep again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Knox, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Allen again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Ryan Poole. Allen's pass. And 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A final shot before the break. Darnold, he'll air this one out deep for Perriman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the intercept.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The give is to Bell. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
26, Le'Veon.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down and 4, Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. That is into the hands of Perriman. Touchdown, Jets. Brashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
3-yard line.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on second down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Smith.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the Bills' first down.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Allen's pass.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
A gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That third down conversion good for 23.
23 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
7 yards.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Complete.
Stephon Diggs.
Touchdown.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills cut into that lead.
Pass for the extra point.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. They'll start with a give here to Melange. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, second and 12. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Third and 2, Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Watch 54. Yeah, let's go set lunch. Left 3.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Ball carrier.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go right back to Singletary. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Allen escaping the pressure right. He finds Coleman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Allen now on the sneak, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Jets 35, Bills 28. Tyler Bass to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 in a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Darnold completes it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Complete to Jamison.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
The first down run with Bell is he'll get about 6 there.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll give this to Bell running right. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And a short 3-yard pickup gets them up to the 15.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
2nd and 7.
58 to Mike.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, 85. The Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Picking on now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And now he's going to use his legs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of
clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Allen now on 1st down. This one complete to Coleman. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Milano on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but